protect who is behind you, and respect who is beside you. On the surface, it sounds like some old-school mantra about defending the vulnerable and being respectful and courteous to your peers. But if you peel back the layers, you'll find wisdom that gets to the heart of emotional intelligence, personal leadership, and healthy masculinity. Protect who is behind you. This isn't just about physically shielding someone weaker from harm, though that's part of it. It's also about using your strength and privilege to uplift those with less power or opportunity. This also means holding others to the same standard you hold yourself. Crucially, this protective mindset also extends to the next generation. As fathers, mentors, teachers, and role models, we shape the world youngsters will inherit. It's on us to create a more just, compassionate reality for them to grow into. Protecting those behind means leaving a better legacy. Now, what about respecting who is beside you? This is all about emotional intelligence, the ability to perceive, understand, and regulate emotions in yourself and others. It's about fostering healthy relationships built on mutual understanding. Too often, man-to-man interactions get reduced to domination games: who's tougher, richer, more successful. We instinctively size each other up in a weird masculine pissing contest. But true strength comes from shedding that scarcity mindset and making space to recognize the humanity in your peers. Respecting who is beside you means checking your ego and bringing empathy to your dealings with other men. It's about cultivating self-awareness to understand how your words and actions land. It's about listening with openness, not waiting to respond. It's about extending the same consideration and compassion you'd want for yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all imperfect humans muddling through this messy experience together. We all carry trauma, insecurity, and emotional baggage. Remembering that allows us to move through the world with more grace and acceptance toward others and ourselves. Importantly, respecting your peers isn't about coddling or capitulating. We can still compete, debate with vigor, and push each other to new heights. But it's done from a place of mutual dignity, not contempt or domination. Iron still sharpens iron, just without the toxic ego games. So how does all this tie into leadership and a healthier model of masculinity? Well, true leaders don't just cultivate authority through control and intimidation. They inspire through vulnerability, humility, and service to others. The most impactful leaders in families, communities, organizations use their influence to empower those around them, not lord over them. Most importantly, real men lead by example. They don't wait for others to make a change or make the first move. They are proactive. They truly live out Gandhi's famous saying of "be the change you want to see in the world." At its best, masculinity acts as a catalyst for protecting, providing, and paving the way for human flourishing, not as a vehicle for oppression or toxic selfish or self-centered posturing. Healthy masculinity is a rallying force that brings people together and lifts up the collective, not a wedge that divides and subjugates. In this light, protect who is behind you, and respect who is beside you emerges as a guiding principle for embodying the highest virtues of masculinity. It's about owning your power, not for personal gratification, but for the benefit of your community. It's about being secure enough to make yourself small so others can be great and share the spotlight. It's about replacing reckless ego with restrained confidence. About choosing vulnerable authenticity over hollow bravado. About defining your worth by how much you give, not just what you can take or dominate. At the end of the day, this mindset cultivates the emotional intelligence to be attentive to your own needs while still being present for others. It's the sole framework for being a benevolent badass, a guardian and guide using his strength to hold space for the people in his life. So if you want to step into your full potential as a man in the modern world, stop flexing and posturing for status. Stop feeding your ego's incessant need for validation. Stop compartmentalizing your masculine self from the rest of your emotional landscape. Instead, protect who is behind you by recognizing your privilege and power as a force for good. Respect who is beside you by bringing empathy and grace to your relationships.